Hi, this is Adam Seguito of Intentional. I just thought it would be fun to put together a little screencast of the structure of the campaign that I think Tim Ferriss would have used in order to arrive at his split test winner for the title of his book, which we all now know to be The 4-Hour Workweek. So what I've done is I set up a dummy account, a dummy campaign inside AdWords, and I just wanted to show you the settings that I would use, that I think he would use. And so if you have a look, I've set up a new campaign called New Book. So assuming I was Tim Ferriss writing this new book, this would be the campaign. I just put a prefix SN just to give myself a heads up that this is a search network only campaign, so that I know any results that I find in here are just search network only. And so if I go inside the campaign, I find I've just prepared one ad group, which is I want to test the book title. If there's other things I wanted to test, for example, if I wanted to test, say, the book subtitle, I could also create a separate ad group for that, and that means the results are neatly contained within each ad group. So let's click on this ad group, and here are the keywords that are being bought. Now, Tim Ferriss mentioned that he bought a number of keywords all around the words, retirement and 401k in the US, language learning, because these are the different topics that he covered in the book itself. And so he wanted to find what people who are interested in those sorts of things, what they thought of his book title. So these are the keywords he bought. Ordinarily I wouldn't group these together, but for the case of this test, I understand that's probably what he did. And so anytime someone's searching on any of these keywords, we need to show them some ads. So let's have a look at the ads that we would show them. So in this particular case, we've got 3 ads, which were 3 different titles of the book that he was considering. So the one ad is the 4-Hour Workweek. This is the first one. The second ad was Broadband and White Sand, or the second title. The third title was Millionaire Chameleon. And apparently there were 6 titles that were being decided upon. So I don't know what the other 3 were because I can't remember him mentioning them. But assuming there were 6 titles, then there would have been 6 ads. So the subtitles are the same, and they all led to his website, and in which he could have essentially told them a bit more about what the book would have been about. So the only important thing to note is what are the settings which he would have used to actually make sure that the test would have been run correctly. So over time, assuming that this test was run correctly, presumably it would have been this ad, the 4-Hour Workweek, that would have racked up the most number of clicks, the highest click-through rate, which would have essentially given Tim the green light to proceed with naming his book The 4-Hour Workweek versus Broadband and White Sand and Millionaire Chameleon. So let's just quickly have a look at the settings that he would have had to have used. And at the moment we're in the ad group level, so we need to look at the campaign settings. So let's just do that now. Again, campaign name, and making sure it's search network only, so you can name it whatever you want. I won't go into all of the settings here. Obviously geography is important depending on where your market is. I assume Tim would have tested the USA. You've also got your maximum clicks and budgets. So he ran a test for $200. So maybe if you're running a test for 10 days, then you might want to set a $20 a day budget, which would have given him his $200. And so 2 settings that I want to say, which are probably the most important, are this one, delivery method. So I'm assuming he probably would have used accelerated, because anytime someone searched on any of his keywords, he would want to show his ad. So that's what accelerated is, versus standard, where you essentially stretch out your daily budget so that it lasts the whole day. And the second one that's probably the most important is this one, rotate indefinitely. And so what this setting does is that it means that AdWords will rotate through your 3 ads or your 6 ads evenly, and so it won't try to bias any ads. So what AdWords can do with some of these other settings is that it can start to bias. If one ad is getting a better click-through rate, it will start to show that particular ad more often. That's great if you're essentially a lazy advertiser, but if you're trying to run a split test, you have to have this one set. You do want to show lower performing ads more evenly, so that you know for certain that the ads that aren't showing or being clicked on is because it's not popular, not because Google or AdWords is trying to bias your result. So that's pretty much it from me. And again, if assuming that he ran his test right, he would have seen that over time this ad would have won because it would have had more clicks and a higher click-through rate. That's it for me. Bye for now.